Good morning, everybody. Got your coffee? Got your swag? We're not going back, but we can lift this up so that we can see each other. Yeah? Yeah. So let me tell you, yesterday was such a long day. Oh my God. Before I get into it though, there are a couple of people that I want to say thank you to. Michelle and Garrett, I know that I've already said thank you, but I just wanted to make sure because, thank you it just never seems sufficient enough, to just say thank you. And how much support actually means to me. I really don't even have the words. I don't most of the time, other than to just say that it is appreciated and thank you. Just thank you so much. But there are some people who contributed to the pantry library specifically with their hard-earned cash. And I want to call them out right now. And I want them to know. Jen, Jen, you're so generous. Girl, I'm lightweight. Like what you do for a living, girl. No. But thank you so much. You were so appreciated. And don't answer that question. That was me just kidding. But I just wanted people to know that there are just some people out there who are really generous and they really believe in the campaign and they believe in me and it's humbling, Jacqueline, thank you. Thank you so much. Tiffany, Nicole, and Patrick, thank you so much for those cash donations, y'all. Because of that, most of my day yesterday was spent on Facebook Marketplace. Well, the first half of my day, just trying to find the right cabinet. And then, like I said, over on the Clock app, I saw where one of the cabinets, like I wasn't comfortable with the glass shelves, and I wasn't comfortable with I saw one cabinet, it was perfect, but there was a crack in the glass, and I thought, what if that hurt someone? And then that got me to thinking because, I am just one of those people that I like to think everything through, because I am a property owner, the home, the property is, insured. What if someone says they cut themselves or, a glass fell or something like that, and we're Americans, honey, in America, people are so litigious, they'll sue you over anything right now. They sue McDonald's over hot coffee now. So, I don't want to run that risk. I want it, and then there are lots of teenagers that go up and through here and kids, and, I want them to be able to, on their way to and from school to, grab a box of cereal or on their way home from school, grab a juice box and maybe a snack or something. And I don't want them to hurt themselves. So I don't want anything that can potentially injure or fall over or hurt any child. And then I don't want some scammy adult, running game on my homeowner's insurance when all I'm trying to do is just help out the community, encourage others, to do the same. Just, we have to get to a point, especially Black people, where we have to give more to our community than we take. And I see, unfortunately, so many people in my community who are doing just that. They take more than they give, and that's where our communities are not where they need to be or where they could be or where they have the potential to go, because not enough of us are willing to get in there and be uncomfortable and do the work. And, and I don't know how this whole thing is going to go. Hopefully it'll be a success. But with that said, I had to do an Amazon wish list because someone suggested that and I had never done one before, y'all. And so I figured, I'm a pretty smart person. I can figure this out. Amazon does not make that process easy. And it took me so long. I am embarrassed to tell y'all how long it took me to figure out how to do an Amazon wish list. And then, once you figure out how to make the list, then you have to figure out how to add things to the list. I'm like, what? And I had to watch YouTube videos, y'all. And this nice lady had to explain it to me over on the YouTubes. And then after that, you have to figure out how to get the link to the people on TikTok, because some people are more comfortable donating that way. And I have no issue with it as long as it gets full. Because, like I was saying over on TikTok yesterday, It's one thing when I say, hey, if you want to support me and my platform, that's different. Y'all know, y'all cup of coffee, and and it's pretty much, but I'm a pretty frugal person. Money always goes to good things, healthy, needed things. You know what I'm saying? Um, so anyway, but people wanted to donate to this specifically. But I can understand. People scam, they lie. People, you never know. You know what I'm saying? These days, people's hearts are just, and I can't even hold you up. I can remember when I was very much in need of learning how to be a better person. I'm glad I took that journey because I've arrived. I'm here now. But, people, you can't really blame them. You know what I'm saying? You can't really blame them. When they're saying, I'm giving a stranger on the internet money, and maybe they will or they won't do what they say they're going to do. I get it. So some people are just more comfortable donating that way. And that's amazing. As long as it gets filled with books, and as long as it gets filled with pantry items and other necessities. My husband, I asked him, I said, help me. What other things should we put in here? And his mind is more along helping people who are houseless, because he was like blankets, hats, scarves. I mean, we're in South Carolina. It's still kind of really warm here. It was 97 yesterday. That woman that I told you that we pass every day, we stopped and gave her $20 yesterday. She was up under an umbrella. Poor woman. If this wasn't so sad, it would make an amazing story, because you know how Tom Hanks did that movie about living in the airport, when he was in between visas or whatever that was. She is literally living at this bus stop, and they took the shelter part of it, the structure away, probably hoping and thinking that she'd move along. She will not go. She is there. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm catching her in between in the meantime. No. They've been playing with my husband's times, cutting his hours at work and the whatnot. And then sometimes the boss will, they've messed it up. So the boss will ask him to stay longer. And so it doesn't matter what time of day I go past there, whether it's in the morning or some random time in the evening when I'm going to pick him up. She is sitting right there with all her belongings. And then when I was pulling up yesterday, because it was almost 100 degrees, I said, I wonder if she's going to be sitting there in that heat like that. And yes, she was under her umbrella, just there. And so my husband, gave her $20 and said, get you something to eat and get some water. But I guess because we've been stopping and giving her money along the way, that was my point. I think that's where his head is. It's more like, but there aren't a lot of houseless people in this area, but I guess, you never know, you never know. So I know where his head and his heart is in this. Me, it's more so, and don't get me wrong, it's for everybody, but me, it's just more so, because everybody is just struggling, especially my community. And so if a single mother can come and get some diapers, or why do tampons cost so much? That's utterly ridiculous. First off, they should be free, but they definitely shouldn't cost damn near $10 a box. And so maxi pads and stuff like that. And then I got some school items for the kids. Obviously some non-perishables. Some baby stuff. I put baby formula on there. But I thought about that like late last night. And I said, maybe I shouldn't put that in the cabinet. Maybe I should. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think, because that's so expensive, which is why I put it on the list. If somebody got it like that and they want to send it, that's amazing. If not, I completely understand. But those things are $30 and $40 a can now. I don't even know how I survived back in the day. But that's ridiculous. Why do baby food cost that much? Baby formula. So maybe I'll put a sign on there that says, if you're in need of formula, I may have some on hand, ring the bell, but I don't want people ringing my bell all day, all night, so I got to think that through a little bit better. And anyway, I bought the cabinet, because of donations, cash donations. I was able to get a weatherproof cabinet that can sit outside. And so when my husband comes out of the shower, because he's going to get a haircut and stuff today, I'm going to go up to the Lowe's. I'm going to paint the inside of it a light color so that people can see the items inside better. But the outside of it, I'm going to paint red. And then I'm going to put, like community library and pantry on the outside. Paint it. Put books on the outside of it, library decals, just that kind of thing. I said, I don't have a whole lot of cash left, but I definitely got enough to buy paints. I wasn't a bad artist in my time, but I haven't done it in a long time. I used to flip furniture. I'm good at that kind of thing, rehabbing old furniture and painting it with, using those kinds of paints. But artistic, I haven't really done that kind of thing, actually since high school, but I was really good at it back in the day. But I don't want to mess it up. So I was thinking about maybe using some of the cash. I probably have to put a little money with it though. And get just a local artist to just paint some stuff on there for me. I saw vinyl lettering over on Amazon. I have enough to buy that. But yeah, anyway, Amazon doesn't make it easy to create those lists, but if you know how to do it, it's really easy. But if you're someone that's just trying to navigate that for the first time, no, they don't make that easy at all. And so it was so frustrating, but I got it done, y'all. I got it done, y'all. And I was telling my husband, I was like, I'm so old, I'm not tech savvy, and he's like, well, baby, we all get old and that kind of thing, trying to be encouraging. My grandmother, she died from Alzheimer's. And I remember, because my mother, out of all those kids my grandmother had, my mother was the only one who was stable enough to take care of my grandmother in her later years. Don't get me wrong, the other kids helped from time to time, but they weren't stable and they were going through so many, issues, and they really couldn't help. Sometimes they came and they moved in for a bit with my mom to give her some support, but it was mostly for them. It was about a temporary roof over their homes until either they fell out or they couldn't take the other. But at the end of it, my mother, who worked full time throughout all of my grandmother's care and taking her back and forth to doctors and, making sure she didn't wander out into the street or anything. It was a lot. It was a lot. And so I saw that decline up close and personal. And, when I was younger, I was just so bright. I was so smart. Nothing like an Amazon wish list would have stumped me, but those smarts and that intellect, baby, when I tell you they are in my rearview mirror and gone, long gone, it got to the point where I had to talk to my doctor because I thought I might be getting early onset Alzheimer's because it tends to run in the family and it tends to skip a generation. So I really had a serious discussion, and she said, well, what makes you think that? And I told her, and then she told me, I went over everything with her, and she said, it don't work like that. And I felt a lot of relief, but she said, but I do want to tell you, based on what you said, what you most likely are going through. I don't have any older women in my life. I haven't spoke to my mother in like 14 years. All my aunts are deceased. I don't have any older women in my life. I'm the older woman in my life. Okay. My doctor is younger than I am. And, so anyway, but I did have a conversation with my OB. Turns out, if you don't know, and if you're a younger Black woman or a younger woman, period, watching me, because there's so much that they don't tell us about perimenopause and menopause when we start cruising into that. And one of the things is you get this, not everyone, you can get this brain fog that feels like I don't even have the words to explain to you. It feels like you're deteriorating, like you're having mental, decline. It does. It you forget things, you can't focus, you can't concentrate, you can't it's like your brain is just like there's this is behind this smoke screen. I don't know how else to, and I didn't know what it was until my doctor told me what it was. But it's all kinds of things that they do not tell us because people don't want to have these very nuanced conversations about, women's health and women's issues, and hell, especially if you're a woman of color. And so we are doing our daughters and our granddaughters such a injustice, I'm sorry. When we don't have these conversations, because this is shit women need to know, because I didn't know it. Shit. I thought I was getting Alzheimer's. It turns out I'm just going through perimenopause, sliding on into menopause, and it's something that happens. And she gave me a whole lot of things that happen as a result of it. But have those conversations with your doctors, because it would have been nice to have known what this was, because I was really, really afraid. I was so afraid for me, and I was so afraid for my husband, because I thought it was dementia. But anyway, that's why it took me half a day to make a fucking Amazon wish list. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. This is definitely on me. That's why it took me all day to do that. And I had to have a drink afterwards because, honey, I was wiped. But I will put the link if you want to support in the comments. If you're more comfortable giving that way. If you would like to support the platform, buy me a cup of coffee. As always, I will put my Cash App and my Venmo in the comments. If you don't, I don't know how to put the, like a picture up over here on YouTube so that you can see the item that I bought and what I have, the ideas I have for it. All of that is over on, and I ain't going to be figuring it out today. Let me tell you that. But it is over on the Clock app if you follow me over there. And I will be headed over there after this video, because the one thing is, when people donate, I don't know if they donated because they saw me on YouTube or if they saw me on TikTok or both. But I like to have those bases covered, because I like for people to know, just how appreciated they are, how grateful I am. But I will definitely be posting videos of the progress. I'm also, getting ready for fall gardening. So once I have this up and going, it should run itself. I'm hoping that it'll run itself. And then I'm hoping that people treat it well and that people appreciate it. And like I said, if it doesn't work out, we can always take it away. But I don't want to take it away from people that really need it, And maybe might be something that you want to do, but maybe you might want to do something else. Maybe you might want to go to your community center. A lot of community centers, they are lacking in resources in black neighborhoods, and they would definitely welcome people who know things like gardening and auto mechanics and construction to come in and just teach, in your free time, and have community sessions and classes. So, we can't wait around Black people for anybody to save us. We gotta save us. We have friends and allies along the way, sure. And they always make themselves known. But at the end of the day, we gotta do this. And we can't wait around for reparations. We can't wait around for somebody to save us. We can't keep complaining about how nobody supports us. Do we support us? That's the question. Do you support us? Every day we need to get up and we need to, as Black people, knowing that we are not supported and that we have the least resources. As Black people, we owe it to our community to say every single day when we wake up or before we go to bed, what have I done to make things easier for another Black person today? And it could be just buying a cup of coffee, paying it forward. It could be donating to a project. It could be donating your time. It can be making toiletry bags for seniors at a nursing home. Because let me tell you, baby, them nursing homes, if you got time, go there. Sit with Black elderly people. A lot of them don't have family and friends left. And a lot of them ain't being treated right because they don't have family and friends left. Be an asset to your community. I truly believe in my heart of hearts, that's where we got to start. We can't keep robbing our community of resources that it doesn't have. We have to be the ones to replenish those resources. It's on us. And we ain't got no business looking to others for it. We need to vote in our own interest. We need to support each other. We need to support our communities. And we need to choose doing the right thing over the wrong thing when it comes to how we treat each other. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you today. Y'all have a good day.